Dominik Mysterio has to be the most overrated wrestler ever. He is one of the most overrated wrestlers ever. And let me just say this before I go any further with this video. Just because I think he's overrated, that does not mean that I do not like Dominik. I do like Dominik. I actually am a Dominik fan. I think he's good, and I'm gonna talk about Dominik today. I'm gonna say what's good about him, what's not good about him, why he's overrated, that kind of thing. But I like Dominik Mysterio. Don't get it twisted. I'm a fan of Dominik, but he has to be the most overrated wrestler by the IWC and by WWE in a way. The IWC overrates this guy so much, man. I just cannot get this through my head. There's a big conversation going on right now on social media, online. People saying that WWE is doomed, is done for when Cena retires, and people are like, "Oh, who's their next? Who's the next John Cena? Who's their next star?" Right? But then people will go on and glaze Dominik so much, and they'll be like, "Oh, he's so good. He's like a future world champion, a future Royal Rumble winner." Like, you're saying all these things about Dominik Mysterio, you're glazing Dominik, but then you're saying, "Oh, like who's the next guy? Like who's gonna be the next Cena and all this stuff." We have Cody Rhodes, who I think is great. He could probably do it. He could turn heel. He could stay face. Cody is a good guy for the face of the company. And this conversation about Cena, it's a bit ridiculous because if you think about it, other than this year, before that, Cena wasn't here. We were doing just fine with guys like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes. We have Randy Orton. Roman, like I already named. If Roman starts showing up more, he steps up, he could be there. You have Punk there for another few years. You have Randy Orton there. Then you have some younger guys like on NXT. We have guys on NXT like Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Ricky Saints. They could be good for the future. Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller. Dominik is in some talks for people. We have the superstars. I don't think that we're going to be that doomed. I think we just need to step it up and start bucking some people better. I think Grayson Waller is also good. But let's get into the Dominik talk, because this also is about the whole John Cena talk. But I just named a good crop of talent there. You also have Montez Ford. If they just start bucking the right people, then I think we're going to be okay. Like Montez Ford, he's another great talent. They have talented people. You have LA Knight there. You have Joe Hendry, who could, but he may not be like the next guy, he may not be for the future, but he's still good. We have a good crop of talent, right? So I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. People will go on and say, "Oh my God, Dominik Mysterio, he's better than Rey Mysterio, or he's the next Rey Mysterio." In my opinion, he certainly is not better than Rey Mysterio. No way. Rey Mysterio is a legend. One of the greatest of the past decade. Rey Mysterio will go down in like a list of the top 20 best wrestlers, top 50 best wrestlers. Rey Mysterio is that damn good. He's a legend. Put more respect on Rey Mysterio's name. The IWC has to. If we were to compare Dominik to Rey Mysterio, we'll talk about the qualities that Rey Mysterio has, right? Number one, he is an amazing wrestler. This guy still moves like a rubber band. He is one of the greatest in-ring wrestlers ever. He is the best luchador ever. He's an amazing wrestler. Two, he is great on the mic. He's gonna tell stories. He's gonna cut on promos. I think he is a fantastic mic worker, fantastic storyteller with Dominik, with Brock Lesnar, with Eddie Guerrero. There's just a few examples. He's with Brock. Did I already say Brock Lesnar? Yeah. There was another one that was on my mind. I forgot it. But anyways, he's a good storyteller. He is an incredible underdog, someone you could root for. Rey Mysterio is that really likable face that you can root for. Dominik right now is pretty much the complete opposite of that, but people like Dominik. I think Dominik, right? If we switch over to Dominik, what is Dominik good at? Dominik is quite good at working the crowd, getting the crowd to turn on him, because he used the whole Rey Mysterio dynamic, saying he's a deadbeat, turning on his dad, being a bully to his dad. That's how Dominik kind of got heat, and it was mainly from his father. Everything that Dominik has is because of Rey Mysterio. Dominik wouldn't be there, I don't think, if it was for Rey Mysterio. His mic skills, I think, are good, but they're not like, oh my god, amazing. I think he can cut a good promo. He did cut a few good promos against Rey, but I think nowadays his promos are very robotic. The way he delivers the lines are pretty much the same, but I do think he is good with people. I think he works best with other people, with the Judgment Day, with the Americanos, with Rey Mysterio. He hasn't really had too many amazing feuds other than the one with Rey Mysterio. I would like to see if Dominik could do better feuds than that one, because that one's a personal one. You know what I mean? Like, it's personal in the WWE, right? Let's say outside of inside kayfabe, it's like a personal storyline. You know, it's with his dad, so obviously he could do good work there. But I think he's not the greatest in the ring wrestler. I think he's good at coming up with ways to cheat to win. I think he does have a creative mind, Dominik. I think he's good at working the crowd. He's good at coming up with creative ways to win matches. He's good at telling stories. But I just think he needs to improve on the mic a little bit, and his wrestling needs to improve. One thing that I think that could make Dominik better is turning him into a babyface. I think this is like, it's as clear as day, right? Everyone likes Dominik. A lot of people love Dominik. I love Dominik. I'm a fan of Dominik. I think he's overrated, but I still really like the guy. I still think Dominik's funny, man. Like, I still like Dominik, right? But I think if you made Dominik Mysterio into a babyface, that would be such a great thing, because Rey Mysterio, right? He's a babyface, one of the biggest babyfaces ever. He is an underdog who you could root for. Dominik Mysterio can very much be an underdog. He doesn't have that, like, jacked physique. He's actually quite skinny kind of fat, chicken tender kind of build, right? Like, he's not, doesn't have the most impressive physique ever. He's tall, but he's kind of skinny. Like, compare him to, like, guys against Roman, Drew, Gunther, Randy Orton, CM Punk. He's got to be the underdog in that story. And if he's an underdog in that story, and if he's a face, it can work to his advantage, and it can work so much better if you have Dominik be like the underdog like Rey Mysterio, because of his physique compared to other guys. And he kind of just has that underdog kind of vibe to him. You know, I could definitely see him being a bit of an underdog. Right now, he's just the cheat, kind of dirty little heel, you know? He could be a bit more better than that, I think, as a face. Or he could be an underdog in years to come. People say he's going to win world titles. I think if you do that, you need to turn him face, and you need to have him be the underdog in the Rumble. He needs to be the underdog in the world title match. Dominik very much is going to be, and I think should be, an underdog kind of wrestler. It's hard to know what to do with the Judgment Day, because I love the Judgment Day, but I don't think they've been too great for too long since Liv's kind of got injured. That's kind of when it started to decline, and even before that, kind of when Damien and Rhea left. But I think the decline was probably when Liv left, because that's when they were kind of on the top of Raw, and it was the biggest storyline. Liv and Rhea, and Dominik was involved with that. So I personally would probably split the Judgment Day up. I think you should maybe do like Liv and Dominik and Raquel, and then you could have Finn, JD, and Roxanne Perez. That's what I would do. They could have like a little feud. Finn can stay as the Judgment Day, and Dominik, Liv, and Roxanne, they could be kind of like something different. I don't know what you do. But basically, one would still have the Judgment Day. I'd say Finn would still have it. And then eventually, I would turn Dominik into a babyface, and I would split him up with Liv Morgan. That's what I would do with the Judgment Day, because I think it's quite stale now. Okay, I'm a little bit pissed off about this match. I'm a little bit on the fence of this one, right? John Cena only has about 2 matches left, I'm going to say. I think it's like 3 appearances, so maybe 3 matches left. I'm not sure. He doesn't have a lot of matches left. It's actually, does he have only 2 left now? Has he already had those 2 appearances? Oh yeah, there was the appearance. Oh, I'm pretty sure he only has 2 appearances left, which is this and then his final match. Okay, let's talk about this. I am not really interested in seeing John Cena versus Dominik again. When we just seen it on Raw a few weeks back, it's an okay match, and the most likely outcome is John Cena's just going to lose it back. So what the hell was the point of even giving it to Cena? So then, like, these last few weeks haven't even been that great, because the thing is, it's a weird one, right? Because it's like, what does Cena do for these last appearances, right? He could have just wrestled some random dudes like that he hasn't wrestled yet. That would have been okay. He could have just came out there and said, I'm going to give someone an opportunity to wrestle me, guys that he hasn't wrestled, that fans wanted to see him wrestle. Like maybe LA Knight would have been a good one. But instead, they've had him feud with Dominik, they had him win the IC title, and they've had him become a Grand Slam champ because, basically, everyone has to accomplish everything in WWE if you're like a big deal in the company. Like, he has to become a Grand Slam champ, of course, right? I would have had John Cena wrestle someone like Rey Mysterio on Raw. That could have been an absolute banger. You could have like that one week, and then after this, you just have the tournament happen, and then you just have Cena show up for the build for the tournament matches. Like, we're not getting any build for the tournament. No build for the tournament, right? He's going to have this match, then he's going to have his last match. He's not even going to have a promo in the ring with the opponent he's facing. I would have booked this different. You could have just, like I said, wrestle Rey Mysterio one week, and then, you start the tournament, and then when you get to the tournament before that, maybe at War Games or something, or just on Raw or something, he's advertised that he has a promo, and he has a few promos in the ring with that guy for an appearance. Get rid of the War Games appearance, just give him an appearance on Raw, and he can start to actually build a little bit of a feud, or just a promo in the ring with his final opponent. I think would have been good, but instead they are just having him face Dominik twice, which I'm not the biggest fan of this. He's facing Dominik twice, and he's probably going to lose the IC title. So they basically just gave it to him just so he could become a Grand Slam champion. I honestly hope, here's what I hope happens. I hope he goes on, he beats Dominik, he goes on to face LA Knight. The final match, LA Knight versus John Cena, and LA Knight wins the Intercontinental Championship. That would be a good booking decision. Hopefully they do that. Instead of him just facing John Cena twice. Instead of Dominik just facing John Cena twice. That's pretty much all I got to say about this. I'm just not the biggest fan of this match. It is what it is. He's probably just going to drop it to Dominik, then face Gunther, and then that's his retirement tour, guys, and he's going to lose to Gunther. Wow, how great for him. My last point about Dominik is people say he's like Eddie Guerrero, or he's the next Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was cool. He had aura. He didn't have a chicken tender physique, man. Come on, Eddie Guerrero was an incredible wrestler. Dominik is not on the level of Eddie yet, in my opinion. And that is it for the video. Thank you a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to My Film Figures. Let me know if you agree, if you think Dominik's overrated. I gave my points. I don't think he's the greatest wrestler. And I just think he's overall overrated. Not the greatest wrestler, not the greatest on the mic. He's not on the level, is what they say. Thank you a lot for watching. My Film Figures out.